Hi everybody, I'm DJ Foster here on Wednesday, August 24th with Grand Valley State head soccer coach Dave DiIanni as we take a look at how the team is progressing through the 2011 preseason. Coach, last time we talked, you guys were going up north for a few days up to Petoskey, and you also had a scrimmage on Tuesday against Cornerstone. Talk a little bit about what's happened since we've seen you last.
Well, we went to Petoskey. We've had a little bit of a history going up there, and one of our alumni, Katie Johnson's from up there, and so they've treated us very well. And so we went up there, and the local club gave us their best facilities, and we put on a free clinic for the youth, and then had kind of an open to the public inter-squad game on Saturday before we came back. So, we're getting a good idea of where we're at. Certainly, it's going to be a process. I don't think. What we have figured out with this group is I think we're pretty deep at a lot of positions, and so it's going to be a kind of a revolving competition every week throughout the year. We got a good look yesterday against Cornerstone in a scrimmage, and that was fun. We got everybody a chance to play. We played 3:30s, and so it gave us a chance to evaluate all positions, and including freshmen, getting them on the field and seeing how they can adapt to college game and against an opponent versus just Grand Valley.
You're a little more than a week out from your first game, the season opener at Winona State next weekend. What are you pleased with so far going into those games?
Well, I'm pleased with their reaction to our coaching. When we ask them and we point out things, aspects in the game that we want them to work on, whether it be effort, mental, physical, technical, tactical, it doesn't matter. They've improved. What we do need to get better at is them making the adjustment and figuring those things out during the game versus being coach-led. And we're a pretty old team in terms of upperclassmen. We have a lot of juniors and seniors, but we expect them to be a little bit better at that. But their reaction to coaching has been great. We want them to we want it player-led in terms of problem solving.
We know a lot about your returners. What kind of newcomers have stepped up, and how you kind of try to blend those two together, those two groups?
Well, that's a process too. Newcomers coming in, fighting for playing time, and upperclassmen wanting to, hold them off. I think you're going to see a girl named Una Oldendahl from London, South African girl from London, Ontario, who will play a little bit up front for us, who's a naturally left-footed player. We have our returning players, Ashley Botts and Kayla Addison, who are playing very well. In the midfield, Alyssa Meyer, Aaron Hilbert, and Aaron Roos have come back in good shape and have played well. But we have people behind them that are pushing for playing time and are getting better. Kelsey Fiskus and Charlie Stosha, who's a freshman from Portage Central. So, I think you're going to, and at the back, Megan Brown's been fantastic. You got Kayla Klossman, who was a starter last year, but you got Kayla Kimball, who was with us last year, who's in her second year, who's playing some good soccer and is in a battle for that starting center back spot with Autumn Jacobs and Molly Streeter. And then I think you've got Kelsey Rothmel, a freshman from Livonia, and Taylor Ward and Sam Decker pushing for the other spot. So those are some of the names that you're gonna see on Friday and Sundays, and it's just going to be a very competitive battle.
Obviously, there's things you need to still work on, I'm sure. What are kind of the things that you're not as pleased with so far?
Well, like I said, I think I want them to problem solve a little bit better during practices. We're not a fast-going team right now in terms of being mentally ready to play and be prepared in practice. Again, so that's just preparation prior to even showing up. We're working on that. But they react when we're displeased, and they react and they make some changes, and so that's a good thing. We're not as solid at the back in terms of ball movement but that's to be expected because we lost some players, Kylie Marino and Jenna Wiglinski, that played there. And we're like yesterday, we're not scoring the goals that we normally do, but we're creating some good chances, and we have some better ideas maybe than we had in the past. So those are some things that we need to improve on. But we're only 9 days in, so coaches always want more, but we're pretty far ahead.
We're here with junior goalkeeper Chelsea Parise. Chelsea, you were literally the last line of defense. You're the anchor of the defense once it gets back in that part of the field. How do you think you guys look so far in the preseason?
I think right now we're definitely working on shape in our practices now. In the beginning, we were kind of focusing on the technical part, fundamentals, and now we're hitting the shape part of it, the tactical part of it. I think chemistry's building back there, which is important. You definitely want your last four back there to kind of be on the same page, and I think with our depth back there, a lot of people are getting in, a lot of relationships are building, and I think it's coming along nicely.
Just a couple years ago, obviously, you were one of the newcomers. You guys have some youth this year. How do you think that has blended together so far, the younger players with the experience?
I think fairly well. With the upperclassmen, with the help of them, it's definitely, it starts with your upperclassmen, trying to make them feel comfortable, trying to make them feel welcome, but then again, challenging them. And it's a hard balance to kind of keep, but I think we're doing a pretty good job, and I think the freshmen are now coming into their own after the first week. It's rough, you're homesick, it's a different atmosphere. But I think right now the upperclassmen are really helping them, and it's coming along, and the freshmen are feeling more and more comfortable.
You guys gave up only 5 goals all last year. Obviously, your defense has been terrific the past couple years. What is the strength to the defense?
I think it's communication. It's keeping our shape. It's just being smart and making intelligent passes and not playing in the back as much. And you know, Dave is a very defensive-minded coach, and so you make sure that the back is strong. And I think with last year, with how well we did, we'll just take what we did last year and do the same thing.
Thanks a lot, Chelsea.
Thank you.